Good morning, students. Welcome back to biology classroom once again. Today I will discuss mechanism of breathing. Breathing involves the movements of rib cage and the diaphragm. This happens as follows. So basically, breathing, the total mechanism is controlled by rib cage and diaphragm. Let's start. Breathing in. When we breathe in, then two things happen at the same time. First is the muscles between the rib contract, causing the rib cage to move upward and outwards. When we inhale the oxygen, our rib cage muscle contract themselves. That's why our rib cage just move to upward and outwards. थोड़ा ऊपर उठ जाता है and बाहर की तरफ निकल के आता है. And the diaphragm contracts and moves downward. तब diaphragm जाके खुद को contract कर लेता है और नीचे जाता है. The upward and outward movement of rib cage as well as the downward movement of diaphragm both increases the space in the chest cavity and make it larger. So what is the meaning of that? मतलब when we inhale the oxygen, then the muscle of the rib cage contract yourself. That's why the rib cage going to upwards and outwards. Same way diaphragm contract itself. That's why it's go downwards. And the two movement actually help to increases the chest cavity and make it larger to assume more oxygen. As the chest cavity becomes larger, जब chest cavity बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, air is sucked in from outside into the lungs. So बाहर से हम लोग ऑक्सीजन ले लेता है. The lungs get filled up with air and expand. तब हम लोग का lungs फुलफिल हो जाता है ऑक्सीजन रिच एयर के साथ. नेक्स्ट, breathing out. When we breathe out or exhale, even then two things happen at the same time. The muscles between the ribs relax, causing the rib cage to move downwards and inwards. तो नॉर्मली जब हम एक्सहेल करेंगे, मतलब कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच एयर को जब शरीर से बाहर निकालेंगे, धकेलेंगे, तो नॉर्मली द मसल्स ऑफ रीफ केज जस्ट रिलैक्स देमसेल्फ, खुद को रिलैक्स कर लेता है. इसीलिए रीफ केज जो है थोड़ा नीचे जाता है और अंदर घुस जाता है. सेम वे द डायाफ्राम रिलैक्सेस एंड मूव्स अपवर्ड, तब जाके रिलैक्स हो जाता है क्या डायाफ्राम एंड ऊपर आ जाता है. The downward and inward movements of rib cage as well as the upward movement of diaphragm both decreases the space in our chest cavity and make it smaller. मतलब rib cage का नीचे जाना और अंदर घुस जाना, उसी के साथ डायाफ्राम को रिलैक्स हो जाना और ऊपर आना क्या होता है, नॉर्मली हम लोग का लंग्स का जो चेस्ट कैविटी होता है उसका स्पेस कम कर देता है. इस दौरान हम लोग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच एयर को बाहर धकेलते हैं. As the chest cavity becomes smaller, air is pushed out from our lungs. So here is the difference. Look at here. First one is जब हम लोग inhale कर रहे हैं, here is the muscle of the rib cage contract itself. That's why our rib cage going upwards and outwards. सेम वे डायाफ्राम नीचे जा रहा है, मतलब खुद को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करके नीचे जा रहा है. तो क्या कर रहा है, इस दौरान जो चेस्ट कैविटी का जो स्पेस है वो बढ़ जाता है. हम लोग मतलब पूरा सांस लेके लंग्स को फुलफिल कर लेते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्या होता है, जब हम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज करते हैं, मतलब जब एक्सेल करते हैं, तो नॉर्मली जो मसल्स है रिब केज का वो रिलैक्स हो जाता है और खुद को नीचे ढकेलते हैं. उस दौरान डायाफ्राम जो है उसको रिलैक्स हो जाता है और वो ऊपर चल जाता है. इसी दौरान लंग्स का जो चेस्ट कैविटी का जो स्पेस है वो कम हो जाता है और हम कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिच एयर को बाहर पुश करते हैं. दिस इज द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ ब्रीथ इन एंड ब्रीथ आउट. नेक्स्ट, Here are some activities. So there is no need to learn all the activities. Differences between respiration and breathing. Here is a difference, respiration and breathing. Look at here. It is a complex biochemical reaction that involves a series of reactions that are controlled by different enzymes. So respiration actually biochemical process. It is controlled by different types of enzymes. Same way, the breathing is a mechanical process that involves inhalation and exhalation. It is not controlled by enzyme. So it is actually breathing is quite easier rather than respiration because it is involved only two process, inhalation and exhalation, and it is not controlled by different types of enzymes. Next, it causes oxidation of glucose molecules into carbon dioxide, water and energy. So basically, respiration process, three products are formed, that is carbon dioxide, water and energy. Same way, it provides oxygen through inhalation for respiration, and it involves breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Next, energy is released in the form of ATP molecules, and in case of breathing, no release of energy takes place. And next, oxidation of glucose takes place. In case of respiration, ग्लूकोज का ऑक्सीडेशन होता है, मतलब ब्रेकिंग डाउन होता है. बट इन केस ऑफ ब्रीदिंग, exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. The last one is it takes place inside the cell. Basically respiration ये सेल के अंदर होता है, और breathing जो है it takes place outside the cell, मतलब सेल के बाहर होता है. Now here is the some fill in the blanks. Test your understanding. In the lungs, air passes through a large number of small tubes called bronchioles and then reaches the teeny air sac called alveoli. Gas carries the carbon dioxide and water to the alveoli in the lungs, that is blood. The number of times person breathes in 1 minute is called breathing rate. And we breathe out to remove waste product and water vapor from our body. So student, I hope all of you understood what I have discussed today. So for today, up to this portion.